All right, you guys are good. You guys are good to go.
Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to our Circle Collective presentation called Music 101. If you have any questions during the presentation, you can go to the link at the top of the screen.
In this video, we hope to introduce you to the basics of music theory. By the end of this brief course, you'll be able to recognize the different symbols in music and understand what they mean. We will also introduce you to music software that will allow you to make your own music.
Let's begin with the staff. The staff is the foundation of all musical reading. The types of notes read are determined by their position on the staff. In order to play almost all instruments, you will have to either read the notes in the staff or read chords. As you can see above, there is a staff with a symbol on it. These symbols are called clefs. The most common clef is the one to the left. This is the treble clef, which usually contains the melody of most musical pieces. The bass clef, which is represented by the symbol on the right, is usually the harmony of the piece. There are also tenor and alto clefs, but they are less common than treble and bass.
On the left, you can see each note's correspondence with its place on the staff. The notes in the music follow the alphabet until you get to the letter G. Then it starts again at A. This is easily viewed in the image as the notes escalate. On the right, you can see the way two notes are shaped. All notes have different variations, and you can tell them apart by the way they are designed.
A nice way to remember the spaces of the treble clef is by remembering the word face. Starting from the bottom space, you can go up each space in the treble clef, and it will spell the word face. We were taught to memorize the notes on the lines by using a mnemonic. The notes E, G, B, D, and F stand for every good boy deserves fudge.
Measures are phrases sectioned by vertical lines as seen in the picture. They are the way that sheet music is sectioned off. Measures help musicians properly rehearse by providing reference points for the musician to go off of.
In the majority of songs, there are 4 beats in a measure, and each note takes up a certain amount of beats. A beat is a rhythmic unit often used in music. Abby will be demonstrating how each note contains a certain amount of beats. A whole note takes up the time span of 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. While a half note equals 2 beats. 1, 2, 1, 2. A quarter note equals 1 beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And eighth notes equal half a beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And for each note smaller than that, the pattern keeps going on.
As you can see, each note has its name based on the amount of beats it takes up in a typical measure. The whole note takes up the whole measure, the half note takes up half of the measure, and so on and so forth. Rests are represented by the list on the right. Rests are the opposite of notes. They signify when the musician takes a pause in playing. The rests are basically the same as notes, however, it doesn't matter where they are on the staff. The only exception is with the whole rest and half rest. Since they are so similar in the way that they look, their placement matters. When Mateo and I were learning music, the way we were taught to remember the difference was by the way they were facing. The whole rest had the appearance of an upside-down hat. If filled with water, the entire hat would be filled. The half rest, however, would pour out half of its water because it was facing the other way. Now that we're older, we realize that the laws of gravity do not permit a circumstance like this, but we were kids, so we didn't know the difference.
Pitch and rhythm alone are not enough. That is why we have something called dynamics. They add life and intensity to the music. By the different sequences of dynamics, they can alter the emotion of the music. Basic dynamics solely determine the volume of the sound being made. They go from the range of pianissimo, represented by 2 P's, to fortissimo, which is represented by 2 F's. As you progress in your musical abilities, you will be introduced to more symbols with more meanings, such as crescendos and decrescendos. Crescendos mean to gradually increase the volume of the sound. And decrescendos mean to gradually decrease the volume. These dynamic symbols can be stretched over a small or large section of music. The articulation of music is made up of multiple symbols that change the sound of a note in different ways than dynamics. Depending on what musical instrument you play, the way articulation are executed may vary. As you can see on the right, the articulation symbols appear just above or below the note. For the first term, staccato, it should be played short. For the accented note should be played fast with extra emphasis. For the tenuto, the note should be played long, leaving as little space as possible between notes. Fermato is used when you want to hold the note longer than it's supposed to be. Fermatas are usually used in musical pieces that include multiple parts and are being conducted by a conductor who chooses when to end the note.
A key signature is an indicator at the beginning of the staff where the key of the song is shown. The key signatures allow the music to be set at different paces. Any song can start on any note and can be shifted up or down different keys and still keep the distance of each note. For example, if we were to play a song that starts on E and the next note is F sharp, then we can shift the key a half step upward, and the first note will start on F, then go to G instead.
This sign that you see on the left is a repeat sign. When you see this in a piece of music, it means that you will go back to the corresponding repeat symbol and play the section again. The second time you come across the repeat sign, you will continue with the piece. Many times when repeat signs are used, they are often used with a pair of first and second ending. The first time you play the repeating section, you end with the first ending, which includes the repeat sign. Then you go back to the corresponding repeat sign and play this section again. This time, instead of playing the first ending, you play the second ending and continue with the piece.
Another common symbol that we see in music is DSL coda. In the picture, you see an example of DSL coda. This is like a navigation tool in music. The player keeps going through the piece until they encounter the words that say DSL coda. Then the player will go to the weird S-looking symbol and continue playing until the coda symbol. Then you will skip to the corresponding coda symbol, then finish the piece.
The Noteflight program is a simple program that allows you to be able to create and edit sheet music. Whether you want to write your own music file from scratch or transpose an MP3 music file into sheet music, Noteflight is one of the best free programs out to manage sheet music. So now that you know the basics of how to read music and musical symbols, you can try out your skills on this site.
Now will be time for you guys to ask questions and we'll answer them. Did you all receive private lessons? We both did as kids, but I stopped in 5th grade.
Yeah, I did private lessons up until 5th grade too, I think, yeah. Because once I reached middle school, that's when I picked up the cello. I actually used to play violin before I played cello, so yeah.
I play the violin.
Yeah, and I play the cello. Yeah. And a little bit of piano. So.
Well, and guitar and ukulele.
Oh yeah, that's true. Any more questions? I mean, like I plan to continue music. I think we both plan to do that, but
not as a career.
Yeah, not as a career. Or
but I'll keep doing it. Like,
it'd be nice to maybe join like that college orchestra or something, but nothing major.
I was in kindergarten, so I was 5 when I first started.
think I was also 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I first started my violin lessons. So, yeah.
Well, I think we were too young to pick our instruments, so our parents picked for us, but we ended up really liking them, so we just stuck with it.
No.
And then
Yeah.
I
So
did.
I mean, we didn't really have a choice, but we knew a violin teacher, so our parents signed us up for that. And I wasn't a big fan of violin, honestly, but then I picked cello when I joined when I went to Discovery, and I really enjoyed that.
And starting with violin is a good way to first learn how to read music because it really like teaches you the basics.
I'd say the unaccompanied cello suite by Bach. It's like a pretty popular cello song, but it's pretty complicated. That's probably the hardest piece. Yeah.
I actually don't know. I mean, there are hard pieces for school that I've played, but I can't tell you a very specific one. No, I wouldn't pick anything
Yeah, me
different.
neither.
I like the
I
violin.
like cello. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like I don't know, just the sound of it and the way it feels is so much more comfortable than violin in my opinion. So I definitely stick. I mean, Abby can, but I don't have my instrument with me.
I'm, I will if you can put something with me.
You know anything?
That's great. I don't have any music with me. I don't have music with me. I don't. Okay. It was that.
First song
all the way through. Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Yeah, and that's like
it's
that's probably the first one.
What we started.
Yeah. I mean, we probably won't play a song for you guys, sorry, but yeah, you guys can keep asking questions. We'll answer.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I take that back. Maybe we will play a song for you guys.
Our dad brought his cello, so I guess that's our sign that we should play. I can't play that. Please play Twinkle. Wants to play Twinkle Twinkle Star. Do you know the harmony? Do you know harmony? Sophie says OMG, yes. I guess I'll play it then. Yeah, I'll sit back. Does that work in the ones?
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we'll play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and we'll do it in rounds.
We'll try it in rounds.
We don't know how it sounds.
Yeah, we've never done it before, but hopefully it works. Start with D. guess that one. That works. You know, there was
Oh, yeah.
start on D. I messed up a little, but it's okay. So if you have any more questions, you can ask them if you want.
So yeah, now we'll probably move on to Kahoot, test you guys' knowledge.
To see what you remembered from our little presentation.
Just give us a second. So you guys can just go to the link and then type in the pin, and then we'll give you guys some time to do that, and then we'll start. We'll wait for like another 30 seconds or so. Okay, we'll go ahead and start now. Yeah, So sorry guys, there is a slight delay, so you guys will have to try to answer really fast. The faster you answer, the more points you get. So but you also have to be right.
And we realized that it might be easier to have two screens so you can see the question and your answers at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's true. Yeah. So hopefully you have another device. Oh, we should have told you that at the beginning. Yeah. That's true.
Okay, yeah, we'll read the question.
We'll read the question to you guys too if you can't, if you don't have two screens.
So the question is, what musical clef is this? The red triangle is treble clef, the blue diamond is alto clef, the yellow circle is bass clef, and the green square is tenor clef.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Freddie taking the lead. Llama in second, and winner is not winning. No winner with that. What are the lines called in music terms? Red triangle is crescendo. The blue diamond is staff. Yellow circle is measures. And the green square is lines. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Ooh.
Mama Llama is taking the lead.
The question is, what are the vertical lines that divide the music into sections called? The red triangle is dynamics, the blue diamond is staff, the yellow circle is measures, and the green square is measuring tape.
Nice. Everyone got that right. Good job, guys.
Ooh, Aliyah Likes Food is now in second place. I like food too, Aliyah. So this question is true or false. Half notes equal 2 beats. The blue is true and red is false. Wow. Okay.
Okay. 3 out of the 5 of you guys got that.
Okay, winner is catching up. So this question is also true or false, and it's quarter notes equal half a beat. The blue is true and red is false. Okay. Everybody's staying in the same place. This question is, what note equals 4 beats? The red is a half note, blue is a 16th note, yellow is a quarter note, and green is a whole note. Okay, Llama Llama has a streak of 7 correct answers in a row. So question is true or false, and the question is, this is a half rest. Oh, it was true and red is false. Okay, everybody got it right. Good job. Winner has an answer streak of 5 correct answers. This question means, which one means to get gradually louder? Red is crescendo and blue is decrescendo. Ooh, only one person got that one. Okay, Mama is still in the lead. So this one is, which one means to gradually get softer? I hope you paid attention to the last one. Red is crescendo and blue is decrescendo. Nice job, everyone. Winner, finally living up to your name.
Okay, taking first place. Favorite student, man. You gotta get up there in the ranks. Like, you can only be our favorite student if you're like first place, man. So you might want to work on that.
So this is a bonus question. Say, what key is this in? This key signature. This is a really hard one, and you have to be paying very close attention. Red is A, blue is B, yellow is C, and green is D.
Oh, no one got that one right. Oh man. Yeah, that was a tough one. It was worth double the points, but we didn't say it, but it was on our slides. So.
Okay, will you use Noteflight in the future? Red is yes, blue is maybe, yellow is no, and green is I'll think about it.
There is a right answer, but you won't get any points for it.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's no points for that, as you guys can see.
Okay, winner's still in the lead. Last question. Did you like the Kahoot, and do you want us to do more like this in the future? Red is yes, and blue is no.
This one also
was no.
Hey, we value your opinion. No worries, no worries.
Third place, Aliyah likes food. Good job. Second place, Mama Llama. Good job. First place, winner.
Oh,
Very
nice.
good.
Living up to the title. Nice, like it.
Runners up were Freddie and favorite student. Okay, good job, guys.
Okay, so thank you guys for oh wait. Oh, yeah. Thank you guys for joining us. Hope you guys had a time, and we'll
join us next week
time.
For Circle Collective.
Oh yeah,
presented by DAF.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye.
Sorry, I did not win.